Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn poem Sea Fever from Unit 1. Let's see the poem Sea Fever by John Masefield. Let's see the poet John Masefield. John Masefield, June 1, 1878 to May 12, 1967, was a poet best known for his poem of the sea, Saltwater Ballads 1902 that includes Sea Fever and Cargoes, and for his long narrative poems such as The Everlasting Mercy 1911. So, Sea Fever poem is taken from Saltwater Ballads. Ballads means many poems in that collections of poems. Okay, so our poem Sea Fever is taken from Saltwater Ballads. And also Cargoes is one of the ballads. He wrote narrative poem. That poem is, narrative poem means long poem. That poem is The Everlasting Mercy. That he published in 1911. Okay. Educated at King's School, Warwick, Masefield was apprenticed aboard a windjammer that sailed around Cape Horn, where he spent his time in reading and writing. He left the sea after that voyage. He returned to England, worked for a time as a journalist for the Manchester Guardian, and settled in London. He was the Poet Laureate of England from 1930 until his death in 1967. So, John Masefield, educated in King's School. That school is in Warwick. Masefield was apprenticed. He is working in windjammer. That is in voyage. That is in ship. He returned after that voyage. He returned to in that Cape Horn. He wrote. He spent his time in reading and writing. Okay. He left that voyage after few years. Then he returned to England and worked as a journalist. Journalist for Manchester Guardian. That one என்ன சொல்லலாம், ஒரு பத்திரிக்கையில் இந்த மேன்செஸ்டர் கார்டியன் அப்படிங்கிற பத்திரிக்கையில் ஜேர்னலிஸ்டாக இருக்காரு. அண்ட் செட்டில்ட் இன் லண்டன். He was the Poet Laureate of England. So, Poet Laureate means head of the poet. Poetuக்கு head in England until his death. Let's see the poem in brief manner. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by, and the wheels kick and the wind song and the white sails shaking, and a grey mist on the sea's face and a grey dawn breaking. Listen ma, in the first line the poet feels an irresistible desire to go to the sea once again. So he is willing to go to the sea once again. He expresses his desire for sailing in the lonely sea under the quiet sky. For his voyage, he needs a well-built ship, that strong ship he needs, and a star to guide the ship on the sea. That is a star to steer her by. That means a star to guide the ship on the sea. There is one star in the sky. That star guide the ship, okay, on the sea. Obviously, the poet wants the help of the pole star. That is, that star, he needs a help from that star to direct the ship on the unknown sea. The poet also asked for the wheel of the ship striking against the rough sea. Here the poet perhaps refers to the jerky motion of the ships on the sea. He wishes to hear the wind's song and see the shaking of the white sail. For the smooth movement of the ship, windy day is must. In the third line, the poet expresses his desire for a smooth movement of his ship through the expressions like wheels kick, wind song, and the white sail shaking. The poet wants to sail throughout the whole day and night and see the grey mist covering up the surface of the sea at dawn. And a grey mist on the sea's face. While he is travelling on the ship in the sea, he saw the mist pani. Grey mist pani எப்படி இருக்கும்? It's in grey color. Okay, and grey dawn. Dawn means விடியற் காலையில. காலையில விடியும் போது before the sun, okay, that time is called dawn. Okay, grey, that time also looking to see grey color. It's dawn breaking. So the poet wants to sail throughout the whole day and night and see the grey mist covering up the surface of the sea at the dawn. Second stanza. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wind call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying, and the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. Listen, the first line, I must go down to the sea again. The poet must go down to the sea again because the call of the running tide cannot be ignored. Denied means ignored. In the second line, denied means ignored. He could not ignore the call of the nature. The sea again called him to travel in the sea. So he could not ignore that call. Okay. Here the expression call of running tide refers to the frantic and distinct call of nature that entices the poet to embark on the journey once again. So nature called the poet once again to travel. Okay. Being an experienced sailor, the poet knows the importance of wind on a sea voyage. So the poet writes, and all I ask a windy day with the white clouds flying. So he knew the importance of the wind to the sea voyage. So he wants a windy day to make his journey smooth. However, by the expression of windy day, the poet obviously doesn't mean a stormy day with an overcast sea that will mar his journey. Rather, he wants a windy day accompanied by white clouds. He wants that there would be strong winds which will blow away white clouds in the sky and take the ship forward. The attraction of the sea are many. The poet wishes to see spray. The poet wishes to see spray, that is water particles. Blown spume, listen, particles threw up in the air and foam scattered on the surface of the sea during the forward movement of his ship. He also desires to hear the loud cries of seagulls. Listen, and and the flung spray and the blown spume. Spume here that norai, kadal norai. And the seagulls crying. So while he is riding a boat, at that time the sea water, he saw the என்னது அந்த நுரையை பார்க்குறாரு. அந்த நுரை வந்து அப்படியே தெரிக்குது. ஸ்பூம்ங்கிறது அங்கே வந்து அந்த நுரை, கடல் நுரை வந்து மேலே தெரிக்குது. And the seagulls crying. He hear the sounds of the seagulls. Third stanza. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gulls' way and the whales' way, where the winds like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yawn from a laughing fellow rover, and quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over. Listen. The poet must go down the sea again to lead a free life like that of gypsy. Vagrant gypsy. Here gypsy is one kind of people. They are wandering from place to place. They are not stable to live in one place. ஸோ அவங்கள தமிழில் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா, ஊர் விட்டு ஊர் போயிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. அவங்கள வந்து போர்ட்டலர்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இந்த நரிக்குறவங்க கூட்டம்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, அவங்க ஜிப்சி, வாண்டரிங். அந்த பீப்புள் வந்து ஸ்டேபிளாக ஒரு இடத்துல இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. அந்த மாதிரி நான் அந்த மாதிரி சீஸில் போகணும். ஐ மஸ்ட் கோ டவுன் டு த சீ அகைன் டு த வேக்ரண்ட் ஜிப்சி லைஃப். அந்த மாதிரி லைஃப் எனக்கு வேணும், அப்படியே சுற்றி திரியணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொல்கிறாரு. டு த gulls way and the whales way. You know very well gulls is a bird. It's a seagull that lives in sea. So he wishes to wander about the seas as free as seagulls and whales. So அந்த வழியிலெல்லாம் நான் போகணும். The whales way, where the winds like whetted knife. So here that whetted knife is a sharp knife. So he also welcomes them biting cold. That means strong cold. அப்படியே ஹெவியான ஒரு பனியாக இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல. He wants to, அதான் நைஃப் மாதிரி கூர்மையாக இருக்கும், அப்படி ஒரு பனியாக இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல. He wants to go where the chilling wind would be as sharp as knife. Okay. And all I is a merry yawn from a laughing fellow rover. He wants to listen a merry tale. Merry இங்கே யான்ங்கிறது those who travel along with him. யான் அப்படின்னா கதை நிறைய சொல்கிறாங்க இல்லையா, அந்த கேட்டுக்கிட்டே போகணும். மெரி யான் அப்படிங்கிறது நிறைய கதை சொல்லிகிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. அந்த கதையை நான் கேட்டே போகணும். யார் கூட? ஃப்ரம் எ லாஃபிங் ஃபெல்லோ ரோவர். ஒருத்தர் கூட இருந்தால் போதும். அவர் இருந்தால் ஐ ஹாவ் ஹியர் த ஸ்டோரி ஃப்ரம் ஹிம், ஃபெல்லோ ரோவர். He wants to listen a merry tale from a fellow sailor, rover sailor. A quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over. The poet wishes to have a quiet sleep and a sweet dream when a long journey on the sea will be over. So he needs a peaceful life. That's it. Glossary. Star to steer. The North Star is the pole star which tells the sailor where north is, and thus they can steer the ship correctly. அது சீல இருக்க துருவ நட்சத்திரம் அப்படின்னா எந்த வழியில் நம்ம ட்ராவல் பண்ணி போகணும், நார்த் சைட், நார்த் ஸ்டார்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதுக்கு நம்மளை கைட் பண்ணும் ட்ராவலரை. ஃப்ளங் அப்படின்னா த்ரூ. ஸ்பியூம் மீன்ஸ் சீ ஃபோம். Vagrant, wandering. Whetted, sharpened. Yawn, a long or a rambling story, especially one that is impossible. Flurried, worried. Rover, wanderer. Trick, a period of stay on ship after the voyage. Thank you for watching.